Have you ever prayed for something with your whole heart and heard nothing? No answer, no signs, no miracle, no explanations, just silence. You prayed for healing, silence. You prayed for relationships to be restored, silence. You prayed for the pain to stop, and silence. Now, after a while, a question begins to form. God, are you even listening? Because sometimes God's silence can almost hurt as much as the thing you're praying about. Especially when the wound was caused by another person. Especially when someone betrayed you. They've lied to you. They've abused you. They walked away and they left the scar. They left scars. They never had to carry themselves. And that's where many people get stuck. Not only in the pain, but in the waiting for God to fix it. Waiting for justice, waiting for an apology that never comes. Waiting for the person who hurt them to finally understand what they did. I think one of the hardest truths we face in this is some people will never give you the closure you deserve. Some people will never say sorry, and some people will never understand the damage they caused you. Some people will never take responsibility, and if your healing it depends on them doing those things, you've handed them the keys to your future and your heart. That's a painful realization, but it's also an empowering one, because healing begins when we stop waiting for someone else to become who they should be and start becoming who we were meant to be. Now, before we go any further, let's clear something up. Forgiveness is one of the most misunderstood words in spirituality. Forgiveness does not mean what happened was okay. Forgiveness does not mean justice doesn't matter. And forgiveness does not mean trust is automatically restored. Forgiveness does not mean allowing someone to continue hurting you. And forgiveness certainly does not mean pretending the wound never existed. Not at all. In fact, sometimes forgiveness begins by fully acknowledging how much it hurt, because what is buried cannot be healed, and what is denied cannot be transformed. And what is ignored often becomes a wound that quietly, it shapes our lives. I believe many people think forgiveness is something we do for the other person, but often forgiveness is something we do for ourselves. We need to do for ourselves, because resentment is heavy, anger is heavy, bitterness is heavy, and carrying them for years can become its own prison. The person who hurt you may have moved on, yet part of your heart remains chained to the moment it happened.